Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back to work in this paper bag journal. So the cover's all dry. I'm not going to put the topper on quite yet because I can't decide exactly how I want to do it. So I'm just going to leave that for now. I haven't done anything since I saw you last. I did like stitch around this and put that on there. I mean, I guess I did do some stuff then. So that was kind of a fib. But anyway, and then I also did, stitched around this paint chip tag and put a piece of fabric at the top. And to this little sewing tissue booklet, I added this on the back. It's just a piece of my paper. I've cut out the center with an oval. That's a picture that I found on Pinterest at some point. I just found it in my scraps. So, and then I have these label-y things. So I used one of those that says always love. So that I did do. So I have done something, I guess I should say. And then on these, some of these, because I want some writing space, obviously. I mean, that's a lot of writing space, but I don't want it to just be brown paper bag. I have these old pages from, you know, book pages. These are the end pages that don't have anything on them, but they're really cool on the edges. So I thought they would be fun to like put on there and maybe add a little decorative piece and you could write on that. So I'm going to tear this one. And then I can also use these pieces that I tear off somewhere. I forgot to say hugs and blessings last time, so since I'm just continuing on, this is obviously same day I have same sweater on. I'm going to say hugs and blessings, or at least I think I did. You know, sometimes I say things and I don't even remember, but hugs and blessings to Catherine, Charlie, Rhonda, Jatsy Girl, Adrian, and Joan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your kind comments. I really appreciate all of you so much. And I know that I couldn't do what I do without you, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to new subscribers. Welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a short time or a long time. I'm just very carefully doing kind of roundy little, because this paper just falls apart. It's so fragile. Yeah. So yeah, for me, same day. I need to get some things done. I might have a dentist appointment, and I might go see my daughter and help her with some stuff tomorrow. So, anyways, that is why I'm doing 2 in a row. I mean, I do that sometimes anyway, but I think I might take this out just so I can get it nice and flat. Hopefully. It is fun to do these journals where you just use whatever you feel like at the moment on, and definitely use up some scraps and things that have been floating around my craft room for ages. I do tend to hoard these old book pages that are plain and cracked and stuff because I just love them. And once you use them, you know, they're gone. It's not like I can just go print it out again or something. So it's always tricky to get myself to use them, but we're just gonna use it. So yes, I have no exciting tales to tell. I know I didn't last video either, and I apologize. I've not been up to anything that, you know, requires a story lately, so. It is always hard to come up with things. I'm not a huge talker anyways, but yeah, I think that will look cool to have those in a few spots. I don't have a ton of those, but wherever I do, it would be, or can, they would be fun to add. Maybe I'll add a little trim of this. I think this is from Paper Cameo, but don't quote me on that. Again, just in my scraps. Some things I've had for ages. Some things are a little bit newer. Definitely have had this old paper for ages. I'm going to go a little wider so I can tear this a little straighter. It's good to see the sun today, even though the wind's blowing. I'll take it because the sun makes my brain happy. I was just listening to a YouTube video, and they were talking about this podcast called The Man Who Calculated Death. And it's about this lady whose grandfather was a Nazi scientist. And so her family obviously always had kind of some hang-ups about that and didn't look into it a lot. And they didn't all talk about it much and all this kind of thing. But she has since, because her mom asked her to, because her mom started looking into it. And her mom passed away, and before she died, she asked her to continue researching it to find information, all the information she could. And so I've been watching, I listened to that, and now I want to listen to that podcast because it sounds super interesting. I guess you can get it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or something. I don't know. I just love all the documentary, and, you know, of course, I don't agree with Nazis and all that, but it's just interesting, all that history. I just love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like the staggeredness of that and how that's going to end up looking. I still feel like I kind of want to add something on here just because I don't love it just brown like that. I feel like I could add, this might work better on one of these short pages, you know, just as a decorative bit. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Just because that old paper is so cool. But anyway, if you listen to podcasts, I like to listen to podcasts, and when I'm working and doing stuff on the Glowforge and things like that, it helps keep me focused because otherwise I squirrel all over the place. But that sounds like a good one. Just interesting. He worked on the space program and everything. Just, yeah. And for a while he had the Nazis after him and the Allies after him. Imagine. So he had like nowhere to go, and I don't know, it just sounds very interesting to me. But there's a whole question about his death, I guess, as far as was it kind of like a hit or whatever. I don't know. That sounds interesting. So this can be written on, but that just adds a little something to it. I could even put that on there maybe. No, it's too much. Yeah, I definitely like the look of that. I still want something here, though. I don't know what. I obviously have not planned anything out today. I'm just kind of continuing on with the decorating or, you know, putting stuff on here. I have 2 pages of that printed. Weird, 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 weird. I don't think that color goes. I think something else would go better. I don't have much of this left. This one. Could just do a section of that. I think maybe I'll do that. I'm not going to worry about all that part. A little something pretty over there. I could put some kind of pocket on there. I think these were from Lorette Chandler in an order I got from her. I'm gonna grab, let me grab, hold on just a second. I put all these far away and I couldn't reach them. I had to walk over. Maybe some kind of pocket. This would be kind of pretty across from that. It's got, this is all just Tim Holtz paper, but I'll probably, might just cover the back of that one. And then you could write on both sides of it. But it's just a envelope, or not envelope really, coin pocket type pocket. Did you get all that? Coin pocket type pocket. that way a little better. A little bit of that color, a little bit of that green. So, any good shows that you guys are watching? We're kind of at a lull. We are watching American Idol because we just always watch that. And what else? I don't know, nothing really. All our shows we've watched them all. Which is always a bummer because then you gotta find something else to watch. And wait for the new. We finished the Expedition Bigfoot for this season, which I know isn't everybody's thing, but I like stuff like that. But I've always been intrigued by the thought of a big ape like that. But anyways, it's over, and it ended not great. Like, I was just like, seriously? After that, all of that. They found like hair and blood and all kinds of things, and they didn't even tell us like what the end results were on those, because they run tests on all that stuff. They didn't even go into any of that. It's like, at least tell us that much. I mean, obviously you don't have to find Bigfoot, but what did I just do with that pocket? Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh, wait. Oh, it's right here. Durr. But then I found this. That might be kind of a cool tuck. I could put it on a different page. Yeah, I like that all together, so that's what I'm gonna stick with it. I made this one ages ago. It's been kicking around in my ephemera box for ages. If you've been with me for a long time, you probably remember when I made it. Oh, you little stinker. This is probably going to go pretty quick, this journal, because I have so many pieces and things I can use in here. Come down just a little bit more, so whatever I decide to put in that pocket has room. And I'm doing this backwards from the way I usually do. I usually stitch in the signature and then start decorating it, but I might want to use some paints and things at some point, and I don't want to have it all stitched together. If I do that, I want to be able to take the page out. Because I think that will work better. Yeah, I think that's a flip. That was for the one that Tammy did with the shapes, because this one was kite shape, and so I did like the kite shape and then just added other things. I do like that one. I like this side of the flip though, so I probably put it on a page and have that side as the pocket. I know, I just went on a tangent. So see what I mean? You'd use that side for the pocket rather than putting it this way and having the pocket under the flip. But let me... Hey, too many things to play with. this one fit in here? It does. Well, for now, I'm going to put that in there. I also have these, which would make cool pockets. Probably go to the other end and do something, huh? But this one has that on that side, so maybe we wouldn't want to make this spot a writing spot. So let's put a something on there. Some player piano paper, maybe? Tear this piece off and use it somewhere else. You have to hold it, Amy. We'll use that somewhere, but for now I need just this part. Yeah, I think that will work pretty good. We're just going to kind of tear it. I mean, yes, there are holes in it, but I don't think it matters. I think I can still write on it fine. Let's tear this a little. Actually, I want to tear this side more. Yeah, I think that will be good. I'm going to just rough this side up, I think. Because I don't want to take away more of it. It's a little bit janky already, but should make it more janky. Another show I like is Tracker. And I think I've talked about that before. That's a good one. Because he tracks people down, either, you know, hopefully alive, but, you know, sometimes they might not be alive. But I think that's what I like about it, because a lot of the murder mystery type shows, you know, obviously somebody's usually passed so that the detectives look into it. But this one is more like he tracks them alive too, and often finds them alive, which is, I like that better, obviously. But it's just interesting. Good show. Good storyline. Husband's watching one about basketball, and that doesn't do it for me, so I usually read or do something else while he watches that. Can't think what it's called. I don't know why I'm not into movies or TV shows about basketball, baseball, football, sports, basically. Except I did like Ted Lasso. That is an exception. But, or with, you know, like movies about dogs or cats. I don't know why. It's just not my thing. And it never has been. Like, I remember when I was a kid, Benji came out, and oh my goodness, everybody wanted to see Benji. And I was like, not really. I don't know. It's just something that's never appealed to me for whatever reason. Not that there's any specific reason, that's for sure. Because I love my kitty cat. Never had a dog, but just not my thing. I'm going to put her on a different page because I really want that as a writing spot, I think. Because there's enough stuffs happening on this one already. That's my big postage stamp. And I like it. It would be good on one of these littler pages, too. I could put it on that one, huh? I'm just going to skip all over and do whatever. Ooh, I like this one. This is a good pocket one. I need to stop doing that. Grabbing new things. Because this one has a pocket here, and you could make that a pocket back there. That was another Nothing But Neutrals. That's what that one was called. And then we cover that back there with something. I'll find a spot for her. She'll be in there. I just don't know where yet. Do I want to paint something on there? Let's try a little gesso and some ink on this one instead. And see what we get. The thing is, it's going to have to cover that, and I don't know if gesso will. So we're going to find out, though. This gesso is getting kind of old. Got junk everywhere, I'm telling you. Not that that's new, but doesn't make it any less annoying. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to have to still put something over it. That part. So we'll just kind of do this. Maybe we can add, oh, it might work. I do like the brush marks. Should make it thicker on that side. We could do the other side too, since we're doing it. Then I'll have to wait for that to dry before I can put the pocket on. But we can put a little bit of Distress Oxide or something. It's pretty thin, so it'll work. Okay, I don't want to get gesso on these, so I'm going to move them out of the way. I definitely don't want the ink on them. Could add a little gold too, that might be kind of cool. Of course, I just put the brush in the water, so she's my finger. I don't know why I'm worried about the bottom. Not going to see it. If I rub it too much, I'll rub the the gesso off the part I want to cover, right? I don't know what I'm getting all over here. The little schmutzy things from the paint. I always like to add a little gold, I feel like, in grungy stuff. I mean, I probably don't always do it, but I just like that look together. Okay. I'll do some Distress Oxide and Vintage Photo. I probably should put down a piece of... Hold on. It's just deli paper. I already got it on there. Not even trying. Like just a little bit runny, maybe. Don't want tons. Did I say that this is Vintage Photo, and it's the oxide, so I don't know if he does it in the regular anyway. These sprays like this, I have no idea. Okay, probably just let this dry, and then when it's dry, I'm going to put this pocket on here, and then I can tuck something behind it, but kind of just gave it a little something. I might put a stamp or something on there maybe when it's dry. I don't know. All right, guys, so I guess I will let you go with that since this has to dry. And then, yeah, I might put one of those on there on the other side because it'll be on the other side of the signature. So anyway, I'm going to let you go with that since I don't know what I'm going to do. And I will chat with you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.